All right, shalom, shalom, Yasharala. Back at it again with another Lord with an edifying video through the spirit and the power of Yahweh, Bahashim, Yahweh Shah, Bahashim, Rachakodash. Before I go any further, I want to give all honor and all glory and all praises to our Heavenly Father and to His only begotten Son, Yahweh, Bahashim, Yahweh Shah, Bahashim, Rachakodash. And next up, double honors to our apostles and our elders of Great Millstone. Still go out there on the highways and hedges and feed us with 100% true according to the Bible and Hebrew well. In Shalom, Labacharium, Wabarakium, Shayasharala, which is peace and blessings to the elect of the nation of Israel and the Lashon Kodash, the Hebrew tongue. And pretty much the name of this lesson is going to be called We Are Blowing the Trumpet. Okay? We're blowing the trumpet, man, which is the scriptures. We go out there on the highways and hedges. And also when we make these daily YouTube videos to the best of our abilities, right? Starting off with the head apostles, the elders of Great Millstone on down. So this is the book of Joel, the 2nd chapter, and the 1st verse. It says, "Blow ye the trumpet in Zion." Now Zion are the Israelites, which consists of the so-called Negroes, Latinos, Native American Indians, and also the Israelite foreigners who look at the other heathen nations, but through the seed of their fathers go back to Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, right? Zion go back to the Hebrew word, I believe it's Tzayawan, which meaning a monument, okay? So this talking about the Israelites, okay? And the trumpet of it blowing to our people is the Bible, okay? Because if we don't speak according to this word, it's because there's no light in us, okay? So this is the book of Joel 2, verse 1. "Blow ye the trumpet in Zion," which is the Israelites, "and sound an alarm in my holy mountain. Let all the inhabitants of the land tremble." Right, yeah, see? Because we're speaking the prophecy of the destruction, man. You know, and also on the flip side, as a balance, was preaching about the prophecy of salvation for the elect of the nation of Israel. Okay? So we're alarming the people. Our people are supposed to be trembling at the word, but they're not. Okay, so the only ones that are going to tremble at the words of the Lord and get themselves right is the elect of the nation of Israel, which the Lord's willing would be those men. And it says, "For the day of the Lord is at," it's like, "for the day of the Lord cometh, for it is nigh at hand." And when you read Isaiah, the 13th chapter, and the 9th verse, it says, "The day of the Lord cometh cruel, both with wrath and fierce anger, to lay the land desolate." That land that's going to be desolate is Babylon the Great, aka America, man. And the word desolate means uninhabited, so it's going to be completely destroyed. Okay? And nothing's going to be here except those desert-like creatures. So let's see here. As a matter of fact, I got a quick commentary. I got a quick commentary of pretty much all of them. It says the trumpet was used primarily for, it says religious, but I'm going to say for the custom purposes to call the congregation, which are Israelites, together for meetings, to usher in the beginning of the month, which month go back to the moon, right? And it says that's how we tell the times. And it says it's to note solemn days and feast occasions. Solemn days such as the high holy days like the Passover, the Day of Atonement, you know what I mean? Pretty much all our holy days, you know what I'm saying? High holy days. And it says festive occasions, right? And it says, in this instance, it is to be used to alarm the people, which are Israelites, to the seriousness of the crisis that is upon them. Exactly. It's the same thing in these times. Okay? The Joel was doing it during the time of his time, so we're doing the same thing in these times, man, which Joel is back doing the same thing that he was doing then. Okay? It says a double figure of locusts and a future invading army may be intended in verse 1 through 11, right? Because that was prophecy in that time, man, of the locusts of plagues and that happened to our people. You know what I'm saying? I believe that'll result into famine, you know, so on and so forth. So now let's go to the book of Isaiah 58, verse 1. It says, "Cry aloud, spare not." Well, we're not going to spare. We're not going to spare your feelings, man. You see, because this what's that? Ephesians 6 and 17 says, take this the sword of the spirit, which is the word of the Lord, which is this Bible, man. So when we pretty much out there spiritually battling spiritually, we're not holding our sword back. Okay, you are enemy, so therefore spiritually, we're gonna confront you, so to speak. Just like when you watch those ancient war movies. So this is the book of Isaiah 58, verse 1. Cry aloud, spare not, lift up that voice like a trumpet, and show my people their transgression. The word my is a possessive pronoun. Okay? It's talking about the Israelites, okay? Which consists once again of the so-called Negroes, Latinos, the Native American Indians, and the Israelite foreigners, right? Show them their transgression and the house of Jacob their sins, which is the breaking of the laws. You read 1 John 3 and 4, sin is the transgression, which means it's the breaking of the laws, which were only given to the nation of Israel. Okay? So now, let's see. This is the book of Ezekiel, chapter 3, verse 17. And it says, Son of man, I have made thee a watchman unto the house of Israel. Okay? And it says, what does a watchman do? A watchman, pretty much the name is explanatory, man. The watchman watches. It watches for what? It watches for things that they see before anybody else, whether to alarm the people, whether somebody come visit the village, or whether the enemy is about to attack, so on and so forth. As a matter of fact, I got a quick commentary on that. It says the watchman was a familiar figure in the ancient Near East. It said it was his duty to watch for approaching enemies and to warn the city of danger. And you can see that in these ancient war movies, right? It says, in the same way Ezekiel was the Most High's watchman, who was called to warn both the wicked and the righteous, which the wicked and the righteous referring to the Israelites. Okay? And it says, and it reads on, this is Ezekiel 3, verse 17. And it says, Son of man, I have made thee a watchman to the house of Israel, right? Yahweh Shemel Shah has made us watchmen unto the house of Israel, right? Because that's who said, when it says I, it's talking about the Lord. It says, therefore hear the word of my mouth and give them warning from me, right? Of the prophecies that's going to happen, come to pass before they happen, man. And we're doing the same things again. Of the MOB, which is the chip. You know what I'm saying? You got World War III. You got martial law. You got the different riots and wars that's going to happen. You got hyperinflation. So on and so forth. It says, verse 18, when I say unto the wicked, which is our people, the 2/3, thou shalt surely die, and thou givest him not warning, meaning you're not diligent out there in the highways and hedges like these other Israelite groups camps are. Okay? It says, nor warn the wicked, which goes back to rebuke from his wicked way to save his life, right? Because that's what we're doing, man. When we go out there in the highways and hedges and we make these videos, you know what I'm saying? We rebuking our people, which means it's strongly correct, but it's to save their life, though. Okay? Let's read on. And it says, the same wicked man shall die in his iniquity because he didn't hearken, but his blood will I require at thine hand. Right, so they're going to get put to death too because they wasn't warning them. Okay? So that man, so the people that's going to die, or the Israelites that's going to die in their sins, but guess what? That blood is on these other prophets, false prophets' hands, man. So the Lord is going to get rid of them. Like, what is it? Ezekiel, the 9th chapter says, begin in my sanctuary. That's talking about those who know that they're Israelites, but they ain't doing the right thing. They're not teaching the right thing according to the Bible. Verse 19, yet if thou warn the wicked to warn, and he turn not from his wickedness, nor from his wicked way, he shall die in his iniquity, which means sin upon sin, but thou hast delivered thy soul, right? Because we constantly warned them. You know what I'm saying? Destruction is coming. Destruction is coming. Destruction is coming. The prophecies is about to come to pass. Repent. Get yourself right. Constantly warned our people. Repetition, right? And the judgment came. But guess what? The blood is off our hands, though. Okay? It says, I know brothers always use this analogy, man. You see, if somebody was walking across the street, You know what I'm saying? And the big old 18-wheeler is coming. You see what I'm saying? And you tell them to get the F out the way. You know what I'm saying? You know, and they get hit because you said it roughly and they got offended and they die. Hey, you warned them. You see? So it's the same scenario with our people. So yeah. But if that same person would have hearkened, you know what I'm saying, he would have went back into the side to safety, and you know what I'm saying, that truck would have missed him. So now let's go to the book of Matthew 22 and 9, 22 and 9. We're gonna close it out through the Spirit. All right. This is the book of Matthew 22, verse 9. It says, "Go ye therefore into the highways, and as many as ye shall find, bid to the marriage." Right, and that's what we do. We go out there in the highways and hedges. We hit the streets where the prophets are supposed to be at. You know, teaching the word the right way. You know, as many as we shall find, bid to the marriage, which the word bid means to invite. Okay, and the marriage is this truth, which the word marriage means to be joined together. We all joined together through the Spirit, by Shema Shah, by this truth. Okay, and we do that by blowing the trumpet out there in the highways and hedges and on these videos. So, Lord's will, that was edifying. Till next time, I say, Shalom.